Okay, so we're going to do the salad. And what I'm doing is um, making a field mix and arugula base, right? I don't know if that's the correct culinary term, but that is what I'm going to call it, a base. And here's the thing. A lot of people like iceberg. Iceberg is great for certain things. However, the dark leafy greens, they have more nutritional value. So they have more antioxidants, like spinach, frisee, radicchio. Is that radicchio? I think. Um, I don't know what kind of hunger spinach that is. Kind of, how could I have forgotten what kind of lettuce it is? Anyway, you know what I mean to it. Then what I love to add to it is arugula. And that's, see, I buy them in the bag. I buy them by the bag, again, at the farmer's market. And this is arugula. See, and it has kind of like a spicy taste. It has a spicy taste to it. Kind of onion, not really oniony. It's hard to describe, but it has a spicy taste. And then if I'm really feeling extra, I'll put some cilantro in there. Like they have fresh cilantro or fresh dill or fresh culantro, which is also in the cilantro family. Just whatever. It's supposed to be pre-washed, but I don't know. This is at the farmer's market. I kind of saw them packing it, so I'm not really sure how far. so I like to wash it myself. And what I got was a salad spinner. So anyway, I'm going to pump. So this is what it looks like on top. So basically what you do is you pump it down, it spins it. You can't see it spinning, but it's spinning in there, and it gets all the water out. And this is an OXO a salad spinner. Sorry, so you're gonna watch me pump. So wait, I might have been a little bit more animated than I needed to be. So it basically gets all the water out. See, it basically gets all the water out. See that? And this is after you've rinsed it properly. Okay, so now that all the water is out, I like to build my salad. So. And also the good thing about this is it mixes up the field mixes. I used a field mix bag, and I also use arugula. So it's just a nice little mix. So what I do now is I layer. And what I've done is I have some carrot chips. I usually prefer the shredded carrots. I usually prefer the shredded carrots, however, they didn't have any that day. So I got some carrot chips. And I do like organic carrot chips. Just because, so here's the thing up. Oh, look. So here's the thing about organic stuff that another thing we learned at Refresh. What was it? Oh, so with organic stuff, if it has a peel, like a really thick peel, you can kind of fudge it. You don't always have to get organic. Like organic oranges, maybe not so much. But if it has a thin peel, a thin shield or peel, like an apple or a carrot, it's best to get organic because the pesticides and so on get right into the food that you're going to be putting into your body. So anyway, so I layer. So I've put in my first layer of salad, second layer of carrots, and then love to put onions, or if you have scallions, green onions. Okay. This is nothing that fancy. Okay, and here's what I love. I mean, this is just a regular salad. It's not that exciting, but it's just a great option. So, smoked salmon. Really like smoked salmon. It is for this whole 2-ounce container, and this is what I'm going to use. See the size for the whole salad, which is going to give you obviously more than one serving, probably more like 4 servings in here, unless you're really greedy, which sometimes can be. But the good news about this, if you're overly greedy, is not really terrible for you. The whole caloric content of this 4 serving meal is probably going to be still under 600 calories. Yeah, about that. Probably about 600 or 800 calories. So each serving is probably like 200, which really gives you a lot of wiggle room. You can have a yogurt after for dessert, which is what I love, Greek yogurt. Love it. Um, or cottage cheese. I know it sounds disgusting, but with a little pineapple, it's fantastic. Or you can even have a real, like a popsicle. You can have a popsicle, a decent one, 80 calories if you're really counting calories. Anyway, so I've got it all out. Great thing about, so I'm just cutting it up and putting it in there, about salmon and fish, adding smoked salmon, is you're getting all those great omega fatty acids as well. So don't skimp on the skin. The skin is great for you. All right, so I cut a little bit of it into that layer. Put a little bit more of my, oh, and I forgot. So I have this. Look at that. This is diced dried papaya. Pawpaw, if you're in Nigeria, that's what we call it back home. It's really, really delish. They put a little sugar in it. So I actually eat it as candy sometimes. But I try to limit how much I put in there. Because it's so sweet. Alternatively, I like my salads to have a little savory, a little spice, and a little crunch, and a little sweet. So this, this is my sweet, the diced papaya. Try to get something with low sugar. You can also use raisins, or you can use cranberries. I love the dried fruit. I went to Trader Joe's the other day, and they had some sort of dried mangoes and dried pineapples in cayenne pepper. It was actually really good. Kind of a kick and a sweet and a kick, a sweet kick. Ooh, like that. Anyway, so had that. I'm layering as we speak because I'm getting hungry. And so I like the dried fruit. And again, if you're in Nigeria, a lot of things I'm thinking about, every Nigerian thinks one day they're eventually going to go home. I might. But this is my home too, so whatever. But I know that a lot of people watch from Nigeria, so I try to balance it out. So now, listen, I like crunch. You can do crunch. Nuts are great for you. However, they're really high in calories. So if you're watching your weight, which I am trying to watch it go down, the scale can be a hater sometimes. But, we try to work with it. As we have to work with a lot of haters sometimes. Anyway, I like crunch, and I would do like fancy nuts like pecans, and almonds are fantastic. However, again, high caloric. So a good option for me is sunflower seeds. I don't think these are available in Nigeria. But for that crunch, you can use peanuts, groundnuts, calorie, or you can avoid the crunch altogether. I wonder if you have any good options, guys. Feel free to drop a comment, send me an email. You can get your crunch from your carrots too. So anyway, I had my salad with the salmon, sunflower seeds, papaya, onions, arugula, and it's just delicious. And really, I could just sprinkle some balsamic vinegar on it and have it for lunch, which is probably what I'm going to do in just a minute. Or I could use traditional salad dressing. I am partial to Paul Newman's light honey mustard. Really like that. Also like raspberry vinaigrettes. And again, you can make your own vinaigrettes. And if you're really, really crazy, I'm so sorry. If you're really, really conscious about calories, and I know people's Splenda is not great for you. It actually increases your desire for sugars. I know. But if you're watching your calories and you have a significant sweet tooth, it's kind of like a weaning thing. Just like, some of you know that I'm a pharmacist. So it's just like people who are on heroin or hooked on opiates, and their doctors put them on methadone to kind of wean them off it. That's kind of what I'm talking about a little bit. Um, I just got an idea for the crunch, the millet flatbread. If you um, let this, because it's getting it's a little crunchy. I guess you could just sprinkle it in, break it up, and just sprinkle it in your salad. So that's a possibility, and it has a nutty flavor to it. That's actually wahala. How can I stop putting things in my mouth until I'm done? Hence the hence. Mm. So I if you're a foodie, and I really enjoy food. I mean, and I really particularly enjoy trying new foods. I wanted to share with you a potential for salad. Actually, as you can see, this is as big as my head or bigger. So more than likely, yeah, this is more than three, four, five, six. This could feed a family of six, and everybody have a pretty good serving. So anyway, that's the salad. This is really great. Um, Salad. I didn't count the calories explicitly, but I used a quarter cup of sunflower seeds, which is about 200 calories. I used 2 ounces of smoked salmon, which is, no, I used 4 ounces of smoked salmon, which is about 180 calories. I used about a quarter cup of the diced papaya, which I don't have the information right in front of me, but I'm willing to bet that, especially with the sugar content, is at least 200 calories. What are we at now? 600. I used a quarter of an onion, which again, I'm gonna shoot for about. And again, you feel free to correct me. Could be wrong. Um, let's add a little between the onions, the carrots. The carrots I used about a serving, which is about 30, 40 calories. Um, I didn't use that much actually. I'd run out. And then, so between the onions, the carrots, I'd say another 200. So we have two, two, two. So I'd say this whole thing, I'm going to give it 1,000 calories. Okay, shoot, let's give it 1,200 calories. But if it feeds, if you divide it into 4 servings, even just 4 servings, um, that's like 300 calories a person, a serving. So it's still pretty good. And it's refreshing. It'll fill you up, especially if you're drinking a lot of water ahead of time. Um, so anyway, refresh your life, refresh TV. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm looking at the time like, okay. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this has inspired you to try something healthy. If you're someone that eats salad, to try a salad. When you go out, be mindful. A lot of the salads in the restaurants are really not salads at all. They are salad. They're very heavy and high in fat, high in calories. And I think that now you can actually ask your servers, depending on the restaurant, especially if it's a big chain, what is the caloric content? Can you tell me about the nutritional value? A lot of restaurants are beginning to put that on. There are some sites you can go ahead of time and look and see what the caloric breakdowns are of the different meals you want to eat, and go from there. So anyway, um, I'm about to sign off and have some lunch. Um, and we'll be back with some more Refresh TV at a later date and talk about some other great things to eat. All right, have a wonderful day. God bless. Be well.